What 5 things did you wish you would have known before leading a small group for the first time?
Yeah, so I've led a number of small groups now, and I think there are a handful of things that I've learned that I wish that I'd known before, and things that I really try to train leaders on now, so that when they get their group going, they have these things in the back of their head. So one is know what the win is. Know what it is you're aiming for. Know the end goal that you have in mind. Because if you don't, you're going to be frustrated. Now think about like a baseball game. If we're watching a game and we don't know what the win is, then at the end I can say, well, my team won because we threw more strikes than you did. And you can say, well, no, my team won because we hit more singles than you did. And in reality, we know that that's not how you define a win. A win is plastered right in center field, and it says the person that crosses home plate the most, that's the team that wins. Similarly, in group life, you have to know what the win is, because there are weeks that if you don't know that, you're going to be frustrated. Mm-hmm. And you're going to cheer for the wrong things, and you're going to get frustrated over the wrong things. And your group can kind of go back and forth, and maybe, for example, if you think that the win is increasing in numbers every week, well, you're going to be frustrated because group attendance is going to kind of fluctuate. But if the end goal is not so much having everybody there every single week, but the end goal is that you want people to take steps of faith together, then that changes the way that you look at attendance. And attendance isn't a bad thing to track. But if you know that my goal is not so much that you are here every single week, but that you're taking a step of faith towards Christ on a consistent basis, that helps you frame things up. So know what the win is. I'll say another thing is incorporate fun into your group. Have fun together. If you're not having fun, I guarantee you the people in your group aren't having fun either. So look for a way to structure just a hangout time, a game night, go out to eat, do potluck, do something in the backyard, grill out. Somehow, some way, remind yourself that small group is not just about Bible study. Bible study is important, but you're never going to get to that if your small group is boring and people don't show back up. So make sure that you incorporate fun into your life. I think that we show that we serve a good, kind God when we have fun together. So make sure that whether that's once a month or when you finish a curriculum, have fun together. Another thing is incorporate serving into your group as well. If you don't start from day one with this as a goal in mind and saying we are not just going to be about ourselves, we're going to be about serving our community, we're going to be about serving our neighborhood, we're going to be about serving where we work. If you don't build that into the DNA of your group from the very beginning, then it's not going to happen. What's going to happen is you're going to make it through a curriculum, and then you're going to jump right into the next one, and then 6 months will have gone by, and you've done nothing. So from day one, set that up as an expectation that our group is not just going to be about ourselves. We're going to be about making a difference in the way that God has given us grace and mercy and love and hope, and He's been generous with us. We're going to extend that generosity to other people so that we're not just feeding ourselves and getting ourselves fat. I would also say another important thing that I've learned is that very early on, you need to share your faith story. You need to share what it is that God's done in your life, and then ask everybody else to do the same. Now, I intentionally called it a faith story, not a testimony, because everybody has some kind of a faith story. Even non-believers who are, still on the fence but are curious about Christianity, and so they're going to try your small group out. They may not have a testimony of conversion to Christ, but they have some kind of faith story. Somehow, some way, they've landed in your group. So you share your faith story, then make sure you're not using all kinds of theological words that people who are still on the fence or still on the outside won't follow. Use normal, accessible language that you would use if you're just having a conversation with somebody. But you share your story and have everybody else in the group over the course of a couple weeks or whatever, have everybody else share their story too. Because what you'll find is that when you share your story, and if you're open and honest and vulnerable, you'll see somebody else will hear what God did in your life, and they'll say, I thought I was the only one that dealt with that. I thought I was the only one that had been through that. And your group will go from a random assortment of individuals to a group in no time when they see connections with stories. So share your faith story. The other thing I would say, just as you're getting your group going, is make sure you share responsibility too. Now, you are fully capable of leading the group by yourself, of doing everything by yourself, of always hosting, always closing in prayer, always choosing the curriculum, always providing the food and the snacks or whatever you do. You're fully capable of doing all of that. But if you take it all on yourself, then you're going to rob people of ministry. And you're probably going to get burned out too. So share that responsibility with people. Don't just take it all to yourself. If I could say 5 things that I would want you to know before you launch your group, it would be: know the win, incorporate fun into your small group, incorporate serving into your small group from day one, share your faith story, and then finally it would be share responsibility as well.